Here we go again, guys. Let's get into it.
The big question is, did President Trump just trigger a trade war between the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico?
Hopefully we'll get this all figured out, but I'm not gonna lie. 25% tariffs against Canada and Mexico. And then he said he'll make more tariffs higher if they try to retaliate, but they're already gonna retaliate. So this is gonna be interesting. Now this is where the party gets good. This is where it gets good.
President Trump has now signed the 25% tariffs against Canada and Mexico to go into effect this Tuesday. If Canada or Mexico retaliates with tariffs of their own, Trump says that the U.S. will retaliate with higher tariffs. So Canada has already retaliated with tariffs, which I'm going to show you, and Mexico is expected to retaliate with tariffs as well. Okay, so I want to bring up to speed, and first I want to say this. The foreign country does not pay the tariffs. For example, if Walmart imports avocados from Mexico, it's Walmart that pays the tariff.
That is probably true, but then the next thing will happen is Walmart will raise prices. So it eventually, or somebody will raise prices to adjust.
It's not Mexico, it's not the Mexicans. So everybody knows this. President Trump knows this, everybody knows this. It's very straightforward. But Trump interprets it differently. I want to show you how he sees it.
A tariff is a tax on a foreign country. That's the way it is, whether you like it or not. A lot of people like to say, oh, it's a tax on us. No. It's a tax on a foreign country. It's a tax on a country that's ripping us off and stealing our jobs.
What is my opinion on the tariffs? I don't know. I guess I don't have enough opinion to really say, like, oh, if this is going to help or not. But I think either way, we're all screwed, okay? So basically, it's just going to come down to us paying more.
Okay, so you just saw that. And Trump believes that with tariffs, with tariffs, there's good and bad things, there's pros and cons, right? Trump believes that tariffs will provide a positive net effect for Americans and for the U.S. economy. So please take a look.
You're talking about 60% trade on that, 60% tariffs on that. You're talking, as you said, 100, 200% on things you don't really like. You're also talking about 10, 20% tariffs on the rest of the world. That is going to have a serious effect on the overall economy. And yes, you're going to find some people who will gain from individual tariffs. The overall effect could be massive in terms of the economy.
I agree it's going to have a massive effect, positive effect. It's going to be a positive, not a negative.
Okay, now I want to show you this. On November 25th,
well, let's see what he says.
President Trump posted this on Truth Social. He said that on January 20th, he will sign all necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff. He said that it's going to remain in effect until drugs and all illegal aliens stop this invasion of our country.
Okay, he could have chosen a better use of words, like, that's kind of weird. But
so January 20th arrived, and President Trump did not sign those documents to make these tariffs happen. But it's not like they were forgotten. What happened was it just got delayed. So I want to show you what happened.
I'm thinking of is why can't we just enact policies, right? Well, I mean, I know because it's all a matrix, we're all scammed, we're all getting screwed, so it's not like they're going to help us, but it's like, can't we just do stuff without, like, everybody's trying to get, like, a reaction out of people, using certain words and certain type of, just to get, like, a rile out of people. Let me also say the other, everybody's doing it, so,
So we'll be announcing the tariffs on Canada and Mexico for a number of reasons. Number one is the people that have poured into our country so horribly and so much. Number two are the drugs, fentanyl, and everything else that have come into the country. And number three are the massive subsidies that we're giving to Canada and to Mexico in the form of deficits. And I'll be putting the tariff of 25% on Canada and separately 25% on Mexico. And we will really have to do that because we have very big deficits with those countries. Those tariffs may or may not rise with time.
Will oil be part of that, though? Because we get oil from Canada.
Oil is going to have nothing to do with it as far as I'm concerned. Oil has nothing to do with it.
Okay, so what you just saw took place on January 30th, and then Mexico and Canada both responded. So here are the responses on January 31st. And we're going to start with Mexico.
Voy a iniciar comentándoles que por lo que sale hoy en los medios y la declaración de ayer del presidente Trump, informarle al pueblo de México, a ustedes, que tenemos una mesa de diálogo con el gobierno de Estados Unidos. Preguntas, si les parece. Amplía la transparencia, se protegen los datos personales y vamos a esperar, como siempre he dicho, con la cabeza fría, tomando las decisiones, estamos preparados y mantenemos este diálogo.
So Mexico said that they're going to wait and see what happens, and with a cool mind, they're going to make decisions and be prepared.
Well, at least
now,
they
I want to
sound
show you
reasonable.
what Canada said on January 31st.
As President Trump stated yesterday, he is still committed to placing tariffs on Canada starting as early as tomorrow, possibly. Now, we don't know precisely what that could look like, but I do know two things. First, if the president does choose to implement any tariffs against Canada, we're ready with a response. A purposeful, forceful, but reasonable, immediate response. That if tariffs are implemented against Canada, we will respond.
What I'm curious is, what does Canada do for us? I think, don't they do something with, like, they have a bunch of, we get a lot of, I don't want to say trees, but, like, you know, like, stuff like that, like logs and stuff, and I don't actually know
until
what
tariffs are removed, and of
they
course,
give us.
everything is on the table.
So again, that was January 31st. Essentially, Canada said that if the United States of America and President Trump goes through with the tariffs against Canada, then Canada is going to retaliate with tariffs of their own against the United States of America. And then the next day, on February 1st,
It's
Saturday,
gonna get crazy.
President Trump signed into place the tariffs against Mexico, Canada, and China. And then Trump wrote this on X. Today, I've implemented a 25% tariff on imports from Mexico and Canada and a 10% additional tariff on China. So President Trump was able to enact these tariffs by declaring a national emergency under the IEEPA to protect Americans from the border crossing of drugs and illegal aliens. Now, it's very important that you understand this. Within President Trump's orders, there's a retaliation clause. That means that if Canada, Mexico, or China, if they retaliate with tariffs of their own, then that means that the United States of America is just going to escalate the situation with even more tariffs.
What do you guys think? I think this is kind of interesting. I don't know if this is gonna work out, but something's got to give or something. It's like everybody's trying to find the person to blame so that they can pay for it. I don't know if that's gonna work, man. If everybody's at a deficit, who, you know, start the money printer.
I mean, you have the retaliation clause, but then that same day, February 1st, Canada said that they're going to retaliate with their own tariffs. So please take a look.
Tonight, I am announcing Canada will be responding to the U.S. trade action with 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods.
This is gonna get sticky. This is, I don't know. Okay. I still think all this is like fake, but I don't know, man. This doesn't seem good. This seems like this is gonna get escalated very fast.
This will include immediate tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods as of Tuesday, followed by further tariffs on $125 billion worth of American products in 21 days' time to allow Canadian companies and supply chains to seek to find alternatives. Like the American tariffs, our response will also be far-reaching and include everyday items such as American beer, wine, and bourbon, fruits and fruit juices, including orange juice, along with vegetables, perfume, clothing, and shoes. It'll include major consumer products like household appliances, furniture, and sports equipment, and materials like lumber and
That's what I
plastics.
meant, not logs. But yeah, that's why I'm done buying stuff. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm pretty much done buying stuff. There's a couple items I want to pick up and purchase, but they're all investment ideas. Furniture, I've already got. I'm keeping my furniture. I'm literally staying put.
along with much, much more.
Okay, so that was Canada's response on February 1st, which was Saturday night. But also on Saturday night, Mexico says that they're going to be retaliating as well. The Mexican president said that they're going to implement tariff and non-tariff related measures to protect Mexico's interests. And also, China's Commerce Ministry said on Sunday, February 2nd, that they're going to file a lawsuit against the United States of America at the World Trade
You know what's crazy
Organization.
too? That one meme coin, Trump stock or whatever, or the meme coin Trump or whatever, dude, that thing is down so much. It's ridiculous. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
So they're saying that these tariffs are a serious violation of international trade rules. Now, I want to show you the products that you're going to see become affected by all of this.
This is
The
not
prices
good
are not
at all. So basically, oh my goodness, we are going to be screwed.
expected to rise, overnight, but as soon as a few weeks. So here are the top 10 U.S. imports from Mexico. So here they are: cars, trucks, auto parts, computers and accessories, oil, all sorts of equipment, machines. Mexico supplies 20% of U.S.'s agricultural imports. And here you can see the products from Canada. So you heard Trudeau mention some of the products, but here are the top ones and the value. So $108 billion worth of oil and petroleum products. Also cars, trucks, auto parts. We're talking about metals, minerals, timber to agriculture. And of course, look at China. Everything from cell phones to electronics and clothing. I mean, if you think your iPhone is made in America, no, absolutely not. They're made in China. Okay, so if we continue down
Everybody
this
protect
path,
everything you have at all costs.
and we're talking about a full-blown trade war, and President Trump is saying that the European Union, the EU, is next. But the big question is, are we headed down that path? Or is this a negotiating
man.
tactic? Because this could be a negotiating tactic. For example, it's like the government shutdowns. When the politicians disagree, they argue, and the government actually shuts down for a short period of time. But that causes the politicians to come to the negotiating table to just hash it out, to settle, what
You never
each
know,
side
though,
wants.
to be honest with you. This does not sound good. This looks sticky. This looks terrible. This looks like this is not going to go away. Leave in the comments what you guys think. This does not look good. Everything you have, you better take care of it. Peace.